All right. Good morning. The Lord's Day. I watched a beautiful video just about I don't know, half hour ago. I love them Sunday morning that make you feel in love with someone you never know, but I don't know. It's all psychotic, psychiatric stuff. I don't know. But here's a big question with the Delphi case. If it is a deep fake and the video was tampered with at all, then really we can't even believe what the police are saying. Meaning it makes sense for them to try and cover up something with the police using the old thing. Well, only the killer would know what happened there. And that's false because there are people that are going to stumble across the truth and have nothing to do with the Delphi case. That's their way of saying, someone got too close, they make an arrest. Yeah, we've seen that before. Believe me, like I said, a lot of people been on this case. So here's another thing. We don't even know if it's true what they're saying about the girls were found together. It's possible. I've seen videos. Well, the girls were found here and here. Well, here and here, pointing to two different places. Well, that's saying there's a possibility that the girls were separated at one point. We don't know. Now, I'm going under the beliefs that the girls were found next to each other, like all these people been saying, like the police or whatever. All these videos out there, but is there a chance that the girls were separated? That would make sense. It'd be easier to control, but that would bring us back to the main thing, that there had to be more than one involved. We come up with theories of how would they have been able to do that if the girls weren't found together and it was only one guy. Well, he would have had to separate them somehow, either tie one up and then tell the other one, come on, let's, move this way. And they moved that way. And then he killed one of them in certain spots. Could one guy do it? Yes. But he would have had to know too much about the girls unless it was a random killing. But the MOs that are going around in that area are all pointing towards it might be a ring. Other people involved, people that knew about it. They might not have been there, but they orchestrated it. It's like Keegan Kline and his child underage thingamajigger that he had going on or whatever. He had ways of communicating with these people to know where they were. So is it possible these guys all knew each other, part of the little gang and all this and that? Yeah. Now, a lot of people are saying the bridge guy is a certain guy. Pay no attention to his face. Concentrate on his walk, his body posture, stuff like that. A lot of people are saying, well, something's going on because the FBI changed it from 220 pounds to 200. So the perpetrator was between 180 pounds and 200 pounds. Now, why did they do that? A lot of people are saying, oh, it was the kill kit. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a kill kit. You don't have 20 pounds of kill kit. I don't understand what it was, the kill kit. No, it wasn't. What's the bulge in his jacket? Well, there was videos out there saying that a stuffed doll was scattered around the girls. We don't know if that's true because we don't have the evidence. So what could it have been? Well, it could have been a doll. We don't know. There's videos out there saying that there was dolls scattered all over the bodies or around the bodies or whatever. Could have been one or two, and somebody exaggerated in one of them videos. Very possible. Maybe there was a doll in there, but you have to remember, it looks like to me he's wearing some kind of mask, not a mask you put over like a Halloween mask, like a biker mask, like what the bikers use, the dirt bikers and stuff, or the street bikers with the. So it does look like that, and it may not be that, but you have to remember, it could have been a turtleneck. It could have been one of them nylon turtlenecks that dudes wear or whatever, long sleeve. It could have been a hoodie, where you put your hands in it, you slide it over your body. It's got a hood on it, but it's got a pouch where you could put your hands, you know. It could have been a lot of things. It could have been a fanny pack, you know. But what's the bulge in his pocket and everything? Probably gloves. It was February. It was a warm day, but if you're on a vehicle, bike, whatever, even riding a regular pedal bike, it'd be cold. So what would you want? Gloves. Could be his gloves in his pocket that you people ain't seeing. Everyone, it's a gun. It's a gun. Well, you know what? The police put out information that the girls were not shot. They were carved up with a knife. The knife was left behind, supposedly, at the crime scene. Whether it was the knife that actually did the killing or a staged knife, meaning someone left it there, it wasn't making sense. Why do you, when you look and analyze bridge guy's face coming down the bridge, you get 4 or 5 different faces out of it. It changes. So somebody did something, or we're dealing with a cult, and they summons demons from these people themselves. It's a bunch of people that Satan took and put in this guy to kill. Do we want to believe that? No. We want to believe the 5 faces, the 4 faces, whatever it is that we're seeing in that video are the cause of it, or maybe we're there. So what do we do? What's going on? Was there more people than just one guy involved? Most definitely. And that would explain a lot of what's going on. Sure, someone is going to stumble on and say, this is screwed up. This was staged. Something's going on. It was a cover up, and then start going through things. And the police are going to say, oh, well, he knows. The only one that would know. Well, how would anyone know? There's videos out there saying that the girls were decapitated, that their fingers were chopped off, that it was one guy that did all this. But yet there was 20 in a video that I seen of the sister that dropped them off. She said there was other kids out there. Well, other people the same ages, Abby and Libby. Where'd them people go? There's reports that there was people walking on the trail that day as the murders occurred, as this was going on, but they heard nothing. It ain't making sense. Was it a child ring? And they killed Abby and Libby to try and throw people off while they took the other kids? Who knows? So much garbage has come out on this case. It's unbelievable. But what are we dealing with? If you people can't figure out we're dealing with a bunch of sickos, then this case it'll go into cold case. Someone will solve this case, if not already. And the big boys listened to him and said, yeah, something's going on, meaning the FBI, CIA, and people like that. The big guys, Homeland Security, and, if they're dealing in heroin, meth, and drugs, well, they're terrorists. The government has already labeled some of these clubs as homeland terrorists. They're in our own country, organizations. Now, that's not me saying that. That's the big boys, the big guys. So, do I think it's somebody that we've been watching? Yeah. The police left clues in the press. We might have already talked to you or interviewed you, or you might have already called and talked to us. Who was talking to the police? Greeno. He called the police saying, well, the killer called me. Who else was calling the police saying Greeno was crap and his dad's the killer and don't listen to these people? I don't need to tell you who that person was. Who's the other people involved in it? Probably many folks. I wouldn't doubt it if there was 4 or 5, maybe more than that, involved in it. And that explains why the photo, the video, a bridge guy, when you pause it and analyze it and put it through spectrums and everything, well, you get 4, 5, 6 faces out of there. People are like, wait a minute, we're seeing a whole bunch of people that these are the guys behind it, but they weren't there to do the killing. They didn't actually do it. They hired idiots or whatever, druggies, whatever, bikers, whatever, So I've seen videos where they say, well, it could have been a trucker. It could have been this. It could have been. We don't know. We don't know if the girls were found together or separated. I don't know if that's ever been released. I've seen videos. Well, the girls' shoes or whatever, one was found over here and one was over here and one. Okay. Is it possible the girls were separated? It would make it easier to do whatever they had to do, but there's a good chance that they didn't. You know why? Because we haven't seen the crime scene photos, so we don't know. And all these people coming out with these videos that have been going ahead and saying this is what happened, and I know this is what, and this, that. How did they get that information? How did they get that information when the police never released it? And that's why I'm sitting here going, this was supposed to be a hush-hush case. And you got police leaking, you got family members leaking, you got something was up. How did these people know that the girls were chopped up, carved up? Signatures and the body carved into them, trees carved. That must have been all a lie, maybe. The deep fake, maybe that was real. I didn't see anything that the girls were shot. Someone would have heard a gunshot. Then again, they would have said, well, it could possibly be been a hunter, but someone would have remembered a gunshot. Nobody heard nothing out there. So that means the killings were either strangulation, either he killed them, strangled them first, and then did what he did to the bodies after they were already deceased, or he had help out there. Do I think a gun was involved? I don't think so. Maybe he had a gun, but I don't think so. With 2 little girls, I don't think he would have had to use a weapon to coerce them down there. Maybe a knife, maybe a weapon. I don't know. That would be too risky. This whole thing, the guy came and went through the bridge. Too risky. Too risky. Meaning too much of a chance someone to recognize him. So I don't believe he did that. I just don't believe it. I don't believe you can get, some people are saying there's 49 seconds of the video and that's it. No, that's not true. And for one, in 49 seconds, you can't get to where the girls are on top of the bridge, to where behind the cemetery, across the creek and behind the cemetery in 49 seconds. So That was all it's a deep fake, meaning the video was tampered with, possibly even the voice recording was tampered with. Why? I'll tell you why. Social media, real media, businesses, meaning production companies, movies, drugs, rings, trafficking, you name it. Money. This whole thing with Ron Logan's property, you people, I don't understand that. Someone wanted his property. Okay, start looking at the developers around there, real estate people, and whatever, you know. But do I think it's because of Ron Logan's property? No. Even if Ron Logan died, I'm sure he had a will, and I'm sure it was left to somebody in his family or friends, somebody, maybe even charity, whatever. But you just can't kill someone and walk in and say, I own the property. So they would have had to have somebody paid off, meaning a family member that was in the will that got it, and then they paid them off. But I don't see that happening. I think this is something of these group of guys, these wannabe gangster mafia syndicate Masons, you know, all of them, gangs, clubs, these wannabes that got too far deep into it, got tracked. One guy got busted. All these dudes, he was probably supplying them with drug, possibly, maybe. We got Greeno talking about he belongs to a club, and you got Harmon shooting up dope and his, you know, how would Harmon know this stuff? You know, all that they did this. He did the person that was there would know if all this happened. You know, I don't know. Maybe he's perfectly innocent. I don't know, but like I said, his name is on the table. A lot of these people's names are on the table, and that's not me saying it. That was what came out on YouTube years and years ago. They were looking at these people. And I even seen Greeno make a video stating, yes, they took my dang phone. The killer called me. You know, maybe Greeno's innocent. You know, I don't know. You know why? Because I don't know these dudes. And I don't have the evidence and the data from the phones or any of that to say this is what happened. You know, they got no choice to release it all. And I told you, if you let some guys that know what's going on with the recording, meaning professional guys that come in, clean that up and say, no, this was edited. Someone tampered with the video and the recording. And now some of them professionals have been looking at the video going, I'm getting 5-6 dudes out of this one video when we stop it, analyze it, throw it through a spectrum, use and all this. You know, we're getting, you know, well, it's possible. Somebody tampered with the video, possibly. I'm not saying that's true, but possibly, yes. Very possible, more possible than you people would ever know. If they want to, they can make your whole life look like you're a killer with fake documents, videos, and recorded, edited. So, are they looking for a bunch of people in this? Yes. Was it inspired by power, music, maybe? Gangs, clubs, whatever? I would say so. The devil is always, you know, has a hand in something like that. God had nothing to do with them 2 little girls dying. I could tell you people that much, okay? if these people are being rewarded, they're being rewarded for what they did because of Satan, not because of God. So if they're being protected, well, there's a reason the police are protecting them. Boy, ain't it funny how there's a lot of police's names getting brought up in this. And that's when the case became a deep fake. Probably because all these dudes, once they got nabbed, were throwing out police name. Hey, I know this. I'm good friends with this guy. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And then that's when it became the deep fake. We got to cover this mess up. Yeah. Who's this guy? Oh, this guy's involved in this, and then they check, oh, he's a sheriff. He's a cop. Oh boy. So I can imagine what they're going through down there. But the truth will come out. I think the cops were led down a goose chase. I think the people that were feeding them the information were probably getting paid or had a hand in what was going on down there. And the police were diverted. Fake lies and everything. And then the police went through. It's like the little girl Ramsey case. I bet you the Delphi police went through everything and said something's wrong. So either somebody is lying because it just ain't adding up. And the same thing with the Ramsey case. The investigators that originally did it investigated everybody, the child rapist and stuff around there, everything inside and out, and came back and said, evidence is pointing that there was no one in the house but the family. There's no evidence of anything. But the family. So, no, I'm not saying the Delphi that it was the family of, the girls. No, I'm saying the case, the investigators that were investigating that probably started realizing. That's why Mr. Carter, in the press release, figured you wouldn't catch on. You didn't think we'd catch on and everything. They were probably being pumped with false information. People were getting attacked. That these guys, this group of guys that were doing all this bad stuff, we're feeding them as informants. We're actually lies. So, and this whole thing with one of the girls' fathers being a informant and everything, I was like, oh boy. Someone either leaked that they were narcs, or maybe these people that were informants were ratting on people that had nothing to do with it and revenge killing, or maybe it was someone close to the girls, to the family, that was jealous or angry or whatever. So Greeno and Harmon, their names are on the table too, and for other stuff, at least Greeno's changing his life. Supposedly he's in prison. Do I believe that? No. Not at all. We've already seen him do that, make videos, and that he's been arrested and all this and that. He wasn't. He was running around photobombing police. Sneaky little devil. But if he is in jail, oh, thank God he's starting his life over. You know, we had our differences, but, you know, only because I wasn't buying their story and they got mad and attacked me for it. I wasn't going along with their program that they were leading people on. And if I was you people, I wouldn't bring your kids out to Delphi Bridge. It's not safe. You know, it ain't safe for little girls and boys to be out on a bridge unsupervised. It just, I can't believe it, man. I just can't believe it. I can't believe the evil that money and drugs and sex will make these people do. It's unreal. Even the authorities, some of them, I'm like, this is evil incarnated. If this ain't the devil, ladies and gentlemen, this country is so lost. There ain't nothing I could do for you. Hey, Laney. So, this whole thing, the police, the government giving clues, these people are right in front of your face, Johnny. These people, you know, are hiding right in front. Yeah, well, sure. Sure they are. Do I think the guy had 20 pounds of kill kit? No. This is what I think. I think whoever it was on drugs and lost weight, whether it be heroin or meth. So maybe at one time he was 200 pounds, maybe 220. But now he's a junkie and he lost a lot of weight or whatever it may be. Meth, heroin, pills, whatever they do down there. I don't know. So that's in my opinion. Why would the guy walk with a kill kit, guns, giant knives, 20 pounds of kill kit? No. No, I don't think so, boys. I just don't think so. And I don't think it happened any way that we are seeing, actually. Do I believe the girls were possibly killed before Bridge Guy even came walking down? It's possible. It's possible they had the girls' phones and recorded somebody coming down the bridge and said, hey, you know, and then made it look set up. We're looking at a couple YouTubers. I know they're scared. I know a lot of people are saying Bridge Guy had this, had that. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, folks, Bridge Guy could have been completely innocent. Then again, Bridge Guy could have lured them to where he wanted to be, where others were waiting. So we don't know until the police come up. But I'll tell you what, there's talk that it's just, they really screwed the pooch. They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. They should have released everything. Hey, we don't know this guy. You know, please help us. And they should have released everything. They should have let the professionals look at the video, all of it, to say something's up. This guy's changing weight. He's changing his facial expressions. When we stop, pose it, we put it through stuff. We're getting 3, 4, 5 faces out of it. Something's going on with that video and the recording. You know, here's the thing that I don't get is all these videos that these people said was, well, it's all crackly and staticky because the girls put the phone in their pocket. But the first words on that video are all crackly, poppily, staticky. Then it stops. Then it's real clear. Then it's real clear. And you can hear a voice without all static pop and all that. So that don't, is it what, I don't, it's not adding up. The phone pinging off other towers around town. People trying to come up with excuses. Well, it would have just pinged from one tower to the next to another, trying to find a signal. How did it power up? How did it shut down? Was the phone on? If it was on all night in the cold, I imagine the battery would have went dead, and it would have powered down. There would have been no battery life. You know, people are forgetting. Yeah, it was 49 degrees that day, but that night it dropped dramatically down into the 20s. You know, so the phone, you know, the whole story ain't adding up. It ain't adding up. And people are saying, well, it's impossible. How could they do that? Well, it's very possible. It's very possible that somebody found the girls that day but didn't say anything. They found the phone, maybe. Maybe the phone was separate from the girls. You know, maybe the killer was there. We don't know until we see all the evidence. Where was the phone? Was the phone on the girls in their pocket when they were found, or was the phone found somewhere else, a distance away from the girls? Were the girls together, meaning right next to each other when they were found, or were they separated? Whose voices in the background are we hearing on some of the tapes that were released? Are they the girls? Are they somebody else that was there? Maybe something went bad. Maybe it was something. Maybe we don't know until the evidence is released. We don't know. We don't even know if it's a bloody, gory mess. Like these police have been claiming they've never seen anything like it. And, you know, yeah, this is, you know, the dude, if he would have did that, he would have been covered in blood. He would have been covered in blood. People are, oh, well, they were throwaway. They were throwaway clothes. Okay, what'd he do with the clothes? He would have had to put the clothes in a bag or something and then walk out of there. Some kind of something to cover up the. No, you're soaking wet. You cross the river. Your feet are soaking wet. The perp is soaking wet. Then he commits a horrible crime of cutting these girls up. And he don't have blood all over him. He might even cut himself if there was a struggle. You know, he might have even cut himself. People ain't thinking of this. You know, there was a knife left behind. Was it the knife that did the killing? Or was it a staged knife to make it look like something else? You know, we don't know. Why would a woman be there? Well, women, if they were going to do something to the kids, to the girls, seeing another woman there might have made them think they were safe, or that woman could have been there to make it look like she was actually a hostage by these guys too, but they didn't kill her. Why? Well, because maybe she was part of them and this was all just a mess. I've been going through, I've been going through all kinds of theories with this case, listening to the recording numerous times, listening to Chadwell's voice, Harmon's, Greeno's, numerous voices. And when you start listening to it, the sound of the tape, the video, you're like, something ain't right. Something definitely not right. Somebody did something to the video, possibly. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it is possible. That would explain why, when you freeze frame it and look at it and put it through different stuff, it appears to be other people. And you're like, what the heck are these people doing? So, what do I think's going on? I think they created a mess. I think the police realized that some of these YouTubers are the cause of it, meaning they've been throwing out all this stuff and the evidence ain't there. And they're throwing up people that have already been incarcerated or people they might have just picked randomly off of the uh, internet, you know. The whole thing with Ron Logan's land, this was all because of Ron Logan's land. Well, you got to go through more things than just kill somebody and take over their property. You know, there's channels you got to go through. There's people that would have to be put in place for them just to kill Ron Logan and take over his property. Is it that corrupt? Yeah, it might be. We don't know. But being that the police are involved, no, police names are being thrown in as suspects in the Delphi case. And whenever that happens, that's when people start saying, we don't care. We don't trust the police. And we ain't even going to arrest people that these people are saying. There's probably teams being built right now to go in and get to the bottom of it, and hunt these dudes down. It could have been a setup killing, meaning that it was they killed somebody for a reason, but they staged it to make it look like someone else. It's sour, boys. The land is sour down there. It's like Pet Cemetery. Don't bring your kids and your beautiful wives and girlfriends out to Delphi trails by the bridge. The killing fields are shutting down. Abby and Livy ain't the only girls that have come up missing or dead out there. So don't bring your little children out there to be walking by themselves unsupervised. It ain't right. It's sickening. Why do they want to go back where these two little girls? I can't imagine the whole. I can't think about it too much because I get very upset. Not upset, I'm going to cry. Upset like, upset like how, why are they doing this? Come to Delphi Trails and walk the bridge where these two girls were slaughtered. Evil shit. You people say, Johnny, it only happens in the movies. And I tell you people, no, the movies are real. And I don't know what I got to do to prove to you people that most of the movies you watch today are based off Gacy, these serial killers, these child rings and stuff. They might not come right out and say it because they don't want to go through court problems and all this and that. But the proof is in the pudding, and I'll tell you that much. They're real. Michael, Halloween, all this stuff, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, were real people and did the same things that they did in the movies to their victims. So what do we do? I don't know. So that's what I'm saying is going on. It's all right. I got to end this video. What are we dealing with? I'm telling you, it's bigger than what you people think. Drug dealers, sex of people, all kinds of stuff. Carter said when people find out the way they were killed, it will start another sort of uproar with the families and community. I know. Yeah, they've been saying, you know, they've been saying a lot. What is it? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Some kind of a, I don't know. It could be a sacrificial killing that they did. I don't know. JP guy, all of a sudden JP's in this, you know. Well, sure he is. Now they're saying he's a terrorist. Well, they could be funding him. They could be funding these drugs or whatever. He could be just an scapegoat. He might be, a terrorist. I wouldn't doubt it. They're all labeled terrorists. Yeah, Candace. Oh, it's messed up. It's nuts. It's all that. They're throwing all kinds of names into it. Do I believe it? Yep, I believe it. They're throwing all kinds of names into all kinds of stuff. I watched one video on the Summerwell, Tim, Brad, these guys. I'm like, who are these guys? Now all of a sudden their names are in it. Now we're looking for these guys, and it's just unreal. I'm out of it though. I'm out of it. If Libby had the phone, Laney says if Libby had the phone, it would be somewhere near her to hear audio. Or was the bridge guy yelling at other guys down the hill? I don't know. I have no idea. I'll tell you this much. These people are. Why would he say guys? If it was just one man and two women, why would he say guys and not girls down the hill? Girls over here. Girl, why did he say guys? That was a big thing in the case too. So, and yeah, there's a lot of people out there trying to get people to say certain things that were only in the video to try and that voice match. When these are the people that are under investigation already and names and have been seen in certain chats that people have been picked up for Delphi. It was a setup. They lost. They lost. Even some of these crime channels are shitting in their pants because they know what they've done. They've set up innocent people. Well, we think it's him. We think it's that. Can you get these people to say this and that in a video or whatever? These people are nuts. They're trying to find someone to pin it on because they got nothing. I think they actually lied about everything they had. I think the video was edited. I think it was a staged setup. And I think all them dudes are involved in it. And they finally realized, yeah, we're screwed. Oh, you boys are. You're screwed. I don't even think the police can protect you. I really don't. I really think that the police know. that these dudes are screwed, that it was all made up. They lied. Probably for the sex, the money, the drugs, the power, possibly their gangs, clubs, whatever it may be, Masons and all this and that and everything. Oh, good. Let them spill the beans. These people want this case to get more wild each day on YouTube. Why? So they can get views and subs, and they can get cash craps or whatever they call them, and Patreon and snap doodles or whatever they call them. I don't know what they are. Money. And there really ain't nothing against it if they have just a Patreon and people can donate to their channels without having a cause or anything. But I can understand how some of these people are upset because they're profiting off of the girls. I profit nothing. I make nothing. You know why? Because I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I'm not here to make money off of people. It's happened to me. Quadrillions. I'm not here to make money off of people's sorrows or their sicknesses or their bad family problems, or especially not two young girls that were innocent. So what are we doing? I don't know. I'm hoping they caught on and all these people's are in deep shit now. You know, our church is involved. I would say so, probably. I would say somebody. These people are known within the community. They probably go to a church or family member, grandparents, parent, church. You know, we know how the church is. Oh God, my kid did this and that. Can you help him? You know, the Lord is going to save him. You know, sure he is. Slaughtered two girls, probably sexually did shit to these people and deliberately, not it was an accident, whatever, you know. No, I ain't buying this whole story. So, YouTube is a river of deceit, gentlemen, ladies, children, meaning there's more people on YouTube with fake identities, fake accounts. It is not safe for your children to be on social media. It is a killing field, a deceptive killing field, a way to set people up for bad things that were innocent. And now the world has to pay for these innocent people that their lives were lost, but because of technology, were made to be guilty. Some died. Some we can't talk about. But let it be known that we're suffering for this, and we're innocent people. The communities are suffering for this. You know who paid for all this bull crap? The American people's tax money. All this investigation, you know who paid for it? The American citizen. Taxpayer money. The first video I did on the Delphi case that I had to take down because it just must have been too much was, is this video been edited? I'm hearing things in this video that leads me to believe something ain't right. What I'm seeing in the video ain't right. That video should have been a lot clearer with the phone that she had. It would have been a lot stable. There was a lot of things that just did not add up. Two young girls afraid, and they don't call home. Mom, Dad, somebody's out here. It's creepy. Come get us now. You know, they didn't call the police. There's a creepy guy out here. Help us. You know, even if they were recording it, listen, you know, they could have said things, did things, but they didn't. Something's up. Something definitely up. It ain't adding up. They chose to stay there and record. It just ain't adding up. They didn't run. Two young girls. They screamed. There was 20, 30. There's been reports that there was other kids out there with, you know, that they seen. The sister that dropped them off said there was other kids out there. She thought 20, 30 people or whatever, kids or whatever, you know. What was that even the truth? Was that video taken from another video, placed and edited into another video to make it sound like so? We're going to have to shut down America. We're going to have to shut down YouTube. We're going to have to shut down social media. And I told them, don't let this software get out into the public, or we'll have people killing and making it look like it's someone else. Nah, it's impossible. Yeah, so was Hitler. So was Mussolini and the rest of them, right? Impossible. So was Charlie Manson and all these. You know, yeah. Nah, we ain't buying it. We ain't buying that Anthony Greeno's in prison either. They're not buying a lot of things. You know, a lot of people, they did that before. That's what a lot of people, you know, hey, they did this before. He got picked up when he really didn't get picked up. And, you know, he's on the run. There's a warrant. And then he was photobombing police. As he made videos saying he was wanted for cannabis and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, and then people came out with it. He's been caught and we got him. And then the next day he puts out a video. No, I wasn't, you know, I'm all the way out here and this and that and this and that. People helping him evade. And I told people on a video that I did, you know, that's aiding and abetting a fugitive. You can get charged with that. No, I can't. I can't get charged with anything. You know, oh yes, you can. It's obvious these people don't know laws. They think, well, I'm a United States freedom, and no, it don't work that way. I'm sorry, but it just don't. I wish it did, but it don't. All right, I gotta go. I gotta make phone calls. I'll talk to you folks later. Where's this case going? Well, I think the police figured it out. Is it witchery, sorcery, entity? It's all of it. Gentlemen, ladies, it's everything plus a bang. But I haven't heard that the girls were shot. So I don't think it's a gun. Too risky. Too risky. Do I think he came in through the bridge and all this and that? Too risky. It's like the Scarface movie. You know, we'll give you so much to move this and that. Not too much. Too risky. Too risky. You know, I think it would be too risky for the guy to walk right in front of all these people down the bridge, do this horrible slaughtering of a. Where are the clothes? Did he throw them in the river? Did he put them in a bag or something and carry them out of there or whatever? You don't decapitate these, from what these videos are saying, carved up and, decapitate a young girl and there not be blood on you, So I'm not buying this whole thing. I don't have the proof. Was there a dog involved? Could have been. The people that were out there could have had a dog. Could someone have been walking a dog and stumbled up on the bodies? The dog did, not the people. The dog, yes. A lot of interesting things in this case. Mainly, I think some of these boys are trying to set people up that have figured out the case. Laney, the family knows everything about the murders. They probably know exactly how the girls died, what happened. All these people, well, the girls were found on Ron Logan's property. I don't believe they were found on Ron Logan's property. They might have been by Ron Logan's property, but I don't think they were found on Ron Logan's property. And some of these videos are not telling the truth. I don't think they were. If you look at Ron Logan's property, it ends right after the cemetery on the one side, but the girls were stationed right behind this cemetery off to the side, they're saying. So that ain't Ron Logan's property. All right, I got to go. Got things to do. So, Laney, thanks for stopping in. And Robert Sneeden, Candace O. Yeah, I think it's going to get real interesting. I think the truth is going to come out, and they're going to look for people. If this is all because of this, no, it ain't. No, it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with my family. It has nothing to do with any of these idiots. These boys screwed up. And it's funny how most of these guys that are getting picked up are friends with the police out there. Yeah. Keegan Kline. Oh, well, my good friend is a cop, but he's out in Vegas, or whatever. It just gets better and better and better. It's just it's a mess. It is a mess. And you know what the greatest glory to God is? Thank God I'm not that stupid to hang around with people like that. I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb. Now, you folks have a good night. Be safe. Good luck trying to solve that case. Boy, they created a mystery. And it'll keep going until finally they say, this has gotten out of hand. People are, I would imagine innocent people got sucked up into it. I would imagine so. That had nothing to do with it. And the police caught onto it. And I was even one that said, you know what, Sean Harmon's dad might be involved in other cases as a killer, but not this one. He didn't do the killings. He might, who knows, he might have been in the shadows or whatever, but he didn't do the killings. Someone else did. And that somebody would have to know exactly what happened. And there's only a couple people on YouTube. that have been saying they know exactly what happened. And the sketches, I believe, don't even have anything to do with that case. I think it's a ring. Someone else they're looking for, a pretty boy. A pretty boy. That might be a model. Not Anthony Schatz, someone else. You know, we don't know. You know why? Because we don't have all the evidence. They didn't release it. They haven't released it all. So we really won't know. We don't know whose phones were connected to who. We don't know whose computers, iPads were connected to these guys. We have no idea. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, glory be to God, God's day. Everybody's like, you know, whenever somebody does something wrong, they talk about God. No, these people aren't. They do, but that don't mean that they're killers. You know, that don't mean they're killers. They might be nervous and turn towards God. You know, maybe they realized their doings and turned towards God and were saved. But whatever it is, they'll get to the bottom of it. You know, they don't pay me enough. That matter of fact, I don't get paid for nothing. So, all right. You folks have a great day. They're trying to get all, be safe, folks. Like I said, some of these YouTubers are deliberately trying to set people up. You know, they have pitch shifters. They have software where they can make it look like anyone is the killer. You, me, anybody. You try and explain that to the police and they're like, impossible. Yeah, gee. All right. Whatever you guys say. But here's the thing. It ain't my job to solve the case. I don't make 70,000 a year as a police officer, or 50,000 a year, or 50,000 a year investigator or whatever. So I can easily go as that. This whole power thing that they're trying to play, I'm like, idiots. Here we go. They're playing Zodiac killer games with a group, not one guy, a massive group. Idiots. I don't know. You folks have a great day. Signing off at JK101.